Hello, everyone. I'm Danya, and I'm so excited about coming to you with this video because it is New Year's Eve, and we only have a few more hours before it'll be 2022. I cannot believe it. And I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is so fitting going into the new year, and that's the topic of self love and how to practice it. Now, we've heard that term self love so many times over the past year and a half, and I wanted to explain what that really means and how you can practice it in your own life. First off, it's important to understand that self love is having an understanding that you were purposefully and intentionally created by God. There was no mistake about you, no coincidence, no mishap. You are supposed to be here at this time and in this place. So when you believe that, you'll begin to love yourself more, or at least it'll be easier to love yourself more. You are a valuable asset in this world. I don't care where you are, what place you're in right now. Maybe you haven't reached the level that you want to. Maybe you aren't at the status that you think you should be in life. None of that matters. You are still a valuable asset. Now, think about this. Think about the things that you consider valuable in your life. For example, a purse or a watch. How do you take care of those things that you see as valuable? You're not going to just put that purse on the floor anywhere. You're not just going to throw it. You're not going to put that watch any old place. You're going to be very protective of those things. You're going to place them exactly where they belong so that they don't get damaged. You're going to take pride in those things. So that's the same thing with you. You are valuable. So when you see yourself as valuable, it becomes so much easier to love yourself because God loves you. He loves everything about you. And even if you don't love everything about yourself, He loves everything about you. Now, of course, there are some things that we need to make changes to. If you have a bad attitude or, you eat too much or things like that that you can fix. Okay, we know that. But I'm telling you, God loves everything about you. And so you need to begin to love everything about yourself. Okay, so let's talk about practical ways that you can begin loving yourself. Number one, embrace who you are. Recently, I heard someone say that nobody can do what you can do the way that you can do it. Let me tell you something. You were given specific talents and abilities that will make you successful in this life. And that's why it's important not to compare yourself to someone else because you're not them and they're not you. They don't have what you have and you don't have what they have. You were given a specific mix of talents, gifts, and abilities that only you can do. And those things, when you embrace them, those are the things that will make you successful in this world. So embrace who you are. Nobody in this world is like you. There may be someone in this world who looks similar to you, but there's no one in this world like you. You have a specific personality that when you embrace that, it's going to make you successful in your purpose because you have a specific purpose in this world and everything about you. Again, your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your personality are the things that are going to make you successful in your purpose, and those things are going to serve you well in your purpose. Number two, be true to yourself. Every decision that you make, every action that you take should align with the values that you have on the inside of you. When you make a decision or when you do something that doesn't align with what you truly believe on the inside or the standards that you have for your life, you betray yourself. And when we think about betrayal, we typically think about someone else, betraying a friend or betraying someone that you're in a relationship with. But no, when you do things that don't align with your inner values, you are betraying yourself. And in my opinion, that's the worst kind of betrayal. So be true to yourself. But you can only be true to yourself if you know what your standards are and you know what your values are. So if you don't know what those things are, think about them and begin to establish some standards and values for your life. And when you do that, stand on them. Don't compromise. Don't settle. Because those are the things that make you not like yourself. So embrace who you are. And last, number three, be kind to yourself. That's something else that we've heard over this past year and a half. I've heard it a lot. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Well, what does that mean? That means to be patient. We all make mistakes. Some intentional, some not intentional, but nonetheless, when you're trying to improve yourself, be patient. Don't say mean things to yourself. The one voice that you're going to believe more than any other voice is your own voice. So when you look in the mirror and you say things to yourself and you're very critical and you call yourself stupid, some people do that. And you do that over and over and over again, you begin to believe it. And that becomes a stronghold. And let me tell you, because you're telling it to yourself, that's the hardest stronghold to break. So my suggestion to you is to be patient with yourself. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak well of yourself. You may be in a situation where you don't like the things that you're doing, you don't like who you've become, but you can change that. And it starts with your words. And your words begin to affect your mindset. Look in the mirror. Take the time to just stand in the mirror and just look at yourself and tell yourself you're smart, you're intelligent, you're beautiful. And I mean, even if you don't believe it in that moment, you keep saying it every day, maybe multiple times a day, until you begin to believe it. Because you are special in God's eyes, but you need to be special in your own eyes. Another suggestion is make a list. And this is something that I've done. Make a list of what you like about yourself. It's so easy to focus on those things about ourselves that we don't like. It's very easy. It just seems like those things stand out more. But no, take the time to make a list of what you do like about yourself. And I suggest making a list of the physical things you like about yourself and the non-physical things. So for example, again, going back to the mirror, look in the mirror at yourself. What is it that you like about yourself physically? Is it your smile? Think about the things that people have complimented you about. Is it your eyes? Do you have great legs? Do you have great hair? Whatever it is, write it down and focus on those things. And what about those non-physical things? Do you have a great personality? Do you light up a room when you walk in just because you're so positive and upbeat? Write those things down so that when you're having a moment and you feel challenged by life and things aren't necessarily going your way, revisit that list and think about what those things are that make you special. Because I'm telling you, you are special. There is nobody else like you on this earth. When God made you, He just made you up with special ingredients that's unlike anybody else. And you need to remember that. So these are my tips for practicing self-love. I hope that you begin practicing these tips today. Don't wait until the new year. You have a few more hours. Get in that mirror, look at yourself, look at the masterpiece that God created you to be. Because let me tell you, you are an amazing piece of artwork, and God was the artist, and He did not make any mistakes when He made you. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you're walking down the street, when you're just going about your day, let me tell you, in your own mind, you need to think, I am a masterpiece. I'm amazing because God made me this way, because you are. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope that you begin immediately practicing these self-love tips. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in my next video. And in the meantime, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.